Welcome to another Mugmen Custom Showcase, where today we're going to be taking a look at my custom KKK guy. No, just kidding. That hood does look a little, I don't know. Looks alright from a distance, but when you get all up close, it's really weird. I really need to get a better hood. But no, today we're going to be taking a look at my custom Hobgoblin. You just turn the working lights off, yeah. As you can see, he's just a vintage wave green goblin, which I might want to pick up another one of these and give him like the same kind of treatment, but maybe a black wash on the green and make this purple a darker purple. So it looks less like a 60s retro figure, more like a normal green goblin. But back to hobby over here. I did this when I was living with my brother over winter break, because my mom was getting some work done in the house and didn't have space for me, so the paint isn't quite what I'm used to, but I love the way the orange looks. That, and I didn't have orange paint. I had to make it, but that orange is like kind of a darker orange, and it just works out so great, and it's really contrasting with this bright blue. But the hood should theoretically be removable, but the head, it's this guy's head, but I trimmed the ears down and resculpted them, painted his eyes completely red. I think I tried to make his nose a bit more pointed. Again, this guy's nose is actually pretty round. Speaking of resculpting noses, I gotta go fix this goblin's nose. I mean, look at this. It just looks like he, brown-nosed Gray Hulk. Yeah, good old adult jokes to make sure this stuff isn't for kids, because I do not want Copa deeming my channel for kids, because, good lord, I curse too much. There's too many sexy jokes, and this show is not for kids. And, I gotta be Harry Osborn. I gotta go force Pete at gunpoint. Stop glorifying that murdering freak boy, Spider-Man. I'm a little rusty. Hope that sounded okay. But back to hobby here. I don't even remember what fabric I used. I would like to use knit next time, and then also have some bendy wire in it so it moves and articulates. But the cape looks about as jank as it should, because I feel like Hobgoblin having a janky cape is good. It's a bit more of a DIY supervillain. Kind of want to buy one of those old Toy Biz Hobgoblins and see if I can put the hood on, because I might like that hood a little better than my unmeasured, misshapen mess of a hood. Oh, when you look at it from the front, it looks ridiculous, but the side looks great. Not that side, though, actually. This was just really a simple repaint and some resculpting. Just, cut off the top of Hobgoblin's head, add some sculpt, painted a different green. It looks more Hobgoblin-y. Sculpt the brows. I might want to put a wash in, because, I'm looking at this on camera and you can hardly see the sculpting lines. But, really put something in there, like maybe a darker green, and really simplify those weird, crackly eyebrows of his. Did my best to keep the teeth the same, painted his neck, did everything else, painted the belt to be more accurate. Yeah, just a simple repaint, really. But boy, is it an effective repaint. Now, this guy can join my group of goblins. Although I wonder if I ought to use this guy for scrap parts, because his leg broke, and, maybe if I were to switch the waist here with that guy, he'd fit in a little better with 6-inch scale. I mean, it took the VAD Toys route and modified his legs, but if you guys watch the stop motion, not the best job. Also, maybe I ought to just get another one of these. Put the head on this guy. I don't know, that hood looks way better. And so does that cape. It could be a nice alternate look. But, yeah, I don't know, you guys remember him from the stop motion no one watched? That I kind of want to use this guy in the sequel to. But who will be Roger Kingsley Hobgoblin, and who will be Jason Philip Macendale Hobgoblin? Yeah, there's no mystery about that. Vulture literally called Macendale a coward. But it sucks, because I really like that figure. Then I, modified his hand. It doesn't move anymore. But Pumpkin Bomb is interchangeable. Another reason why I want to, maybe see if I can swap arms with this guy. Since he's already broken. I found a way to remove the Pumpkin Bomb, which I can't do because I'm using one hand to hold the camera. See, and now you got full range of motion out of this, because that one I had to completely rip off the peg, and now because of the super glue where the magnet is, this hand just does not move anymore. Also, all these goblins will have a part to play in that stop motion sequel. Yeah, it involves goblins, but I'm wondering, should I use my Mezco Custom, or should I use this guy, possibly even with this head? Or use a Mezco Custom that I make later on? I don't know. I do not know what the future holds. Other than the fact that I might buy a suit from this fine gentleman. I'm going to put a screenshot right there. And you guys, I'm going to, I guess, spoil this, but me and him had some DMs, and they were badass. a suit that looks like the Eves Brooks Spider-Man suit, right? But there's a sticker for the front logo, because the back logo for the Eves Brooks suit is the same. But, you know, the front logo would have a sticker, so I could take it off, right, on and off, and it would be, you know, the original Eves Brooks, John Romita Sr., like, 70s Spider-Man logo, and then, like, the one from, like, the 80s. And, you know, with the way the head sculpts look, I can have the squinty eyes, and then, like, the wide eyes, and head came off, but, you know, could you imagine? It would look badass. Although that suit's going to be like $100 and something for a suit on a 6-inch action figure. Considering what I do, I'd say it's worth it. Or, of course, use the real deal, because this little guy looks badass. Like, I love this Green Goblin, but, you know, with this leg being... It's like right here, yeah. Exactly. I had to do my Jink method. I mean, it mostly works, but occasionally it pops out, and that's irritating. Well, let's just say if I were to take this guy, you know, I could maybe get this out and put his legs on Spider-Man Classics Hobgoblin there. And, you know, paint this leg and put it on this Goblin. He'd stand quite a bit shorter, I would think. And despite my modifications, as you can see, he is still just a little too tall, just by a hair. At least with this Green Goblin. Let me get a Spider-Man over here. He's looking quite nice next to my McFarlane, but that's one of the tallest Spideys I own. With my vintage... Okay, maybe the height thing isn't as bad as I thought, actually. Maybe it's just the hood. I don't know, but those legs still look hella jank. Like, especially... I don't know, this one looks kind of okay, but this one just looks like ass. And I accidentally drilled through it. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I take apart Onslaught, Green Goblin? He's also kind of hunched over. Seriously, something about him just looks too tall. Oh yeah, and I still gotta modify this guy. Give him a waist swivel. That's what the other one's for. In case I fuck it up. And to answer the question, no, even if things go well, you cannot have this guy. Because I might make him into an Edge of Time Spider-Man. Or maybe I'll keep him as a Spider-Man the Animated Series Spider-Man. Or actually, since I'm making Peter B. Parker my original into like a normal-ish Spider-Man, maybe that one can be the, you know, 90s Animated Series Spider-Man, and I can make this one into Edge of Time. Or vice versa. I don't know, I kind of like the looks of this, what I'm seeing here, especially since I've modified his jawline. It looks a little bit less square. Maybe I got in my head that this guy was too tall, because this Goblin is so small. Haha. Yeah, that's right, this video is supposed to be about this guy. But you catch the drift? I gotta maybe make a new cloak out of better fabric. Find a new hood. Make a new hood. Oh, that's kind of cool. The light reflecting in his eyes making it just appear slightly like it's glowing. Just from that low light. That is... Whoa, I never noticed that before. That red, I can't really say honestly if it's like kind of glowing, but it's like really standing out even in that low light. That's kind of badass, just how that looks. Oh, that is awesome. That or I'm high and I haven't done any drugs. But yeah, boys and girls, let me know what you think in the comments. Definitely think he needs a new hood at the very least. Maybe the cape can stay. But yeah. I think this figure, for the most part, is badass. It's probably one of my favorite customs. Just not his cloak. Now, let me know if I should try to swap the legs on this guy. I don't know. They would look less jank. Although maybe I'll keep his big boots. I'll have to see how it looks. I just realized there was something seriously off with my Hobgoblin. I couldn't find this, and now I have it, and I gotta paint it black. But for the time being, at least that looks better. For God's sakes, he looked naked without it. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize that till the end, and when I found it in, like, the, Web of Shadows Venom stuff, next video, by the way. But God, that looks so much better. But still need to fix that hood. Alright, ciao.